So if you've heard Steve Vai's new song Candle Power, or if you've just been on any sort of guitar related community on the internet for the past week, you've probably heard people talking about this new technique called joint shifting that Steve Vai has kind of coined as a new technique that he's created. It's basically just a technique where you're playing a chord, but you're bending and then releasing multiple strings within that chord, so you can hit different tones and create all these weird and wonderful sounds. It's actually a really cool technique. I'm actually a big fan of it. But it reminds me a lot of a technique that I've heard a lot of country guitar players using for a while, where basically they'll play notes of a chord and then usually bend the G string or the B string to sort of mimic like a lap steel guitar or a dobro kind of sound. It's a really cool technique. It's not strictly what joint shifting is as far as Steve Vai describes it. He kind of defines it as when you're bending multiple strings at the same time, whereas with this technique you're only really bending one string. But it's a great sort of way to work up to doing this joint shifting thing if you want, because you'll need to be able to bend one string before you can start worrying about trying to bend multiple strings. So it's a good little progression to help get you into it. It also sounds really cool as well. So let's take a wee look at how we're going to play it. So the progression that I'm using in this example is just a 1-4-5 in the key of G. So we've just got G, C, D, and then G again. And we're taking just the same lick and we're just moving it about for each one of these chords. Now to move this lick around, the way we're going to visualise it is imagine we're using this sort of E form bar chord. We've all seen this a million times before. And we're just going to move that about for each chord. So there it is as a G. There would be for our C chord, so we just move that up to the 8th fret. That's it there at the 10th fret for our D chord. Then go back again. Now our reference point is going to be these two fingers here, our 3rd and 4th fingers. They are going to stay where they would be if you were playing this full chord. Just the other fingers that we need to move around. The first thing I'm going to do is take this G chord and I'm just going to move it up an octave. So I'm playing it just 12 frets higher up. So now my first finger's up at the 15th fret here. So to play the lick itself, what we need to do is take our first finger and put it on the G string 3 frets back from wherever these two fingers are. So if we were playing a regular bar chord, get these two fingers here, lift these two off, and then 1, 2, 3 frets back is where our first finger is going to go on the G string. So for this chord I've got my first finger on the 14th fret of the G string, and then I'm on the 17th fret with my 3rd and 4th fingers on the A and D strings. Now what we're going to do is play those 3 strings, the A, D and G strings, and our first finger is going to bend the G string up a tone. But these two fingers can't move, they need to stay where they are because we're not trying to alter the pitch of what the notes these two fingers are playing as. Okay, so. So we really need to work on strength in our first finger as well as independence in all of our fingers so our whole hand doesn't start moving down. And we're going to need to work on accuracy to get that bend up a full tone. You'll have an easier time of it if you try and bend with this finger going towards the floor rather than try to bend up towards the sky. If you try and bend towards the sky, first of all your finger isn't going to be as strong doing that because you're stronger making a fist than you are releasing a fist. But second of all, if you try to bend that up the way, the string's going to end up hitting off these other fingers and just getting in the road. So, bending down towards the floor. Now for our C chord, we just need to take our bar chord shape that we know. So for a C chord, playing with an E form bar chord, we would play it with our first finger barring at the 8th fret. So we can lift these two fingers off. 3rd and 4th fingers are now on the 10th fret. Move 3 frets back and put our first finger on the G string. So our first finger's on the G string at the 7th fret now. I'm just going to do the exact same thing keeping these 2 fingers exactly where they are. Don't let them move, don't let them bend anything. And moving that first finger down towards the floor, so we're bending that string up a tone. And then to play our D chord, just need to take that same thing and just move it up 2 frets. So that would be our D chord, our D bar chord. Those 2 fingers where they are. First finger 3 frets back on the G string. And bending down towards the floor, a full tone. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this lesson, please consider subscribing to my channel. You can also give it a like. I'm going to have new lessons coming out every single week. So until the next one, happy practicing.